Denver 8 TV, your city, your source.
Okay, welcome. What a great day, right? Let me hear you say, yeah!
Bienvenidos a todos.
Come
Qué
on.
día tan grande. Quiero escucharlos decir yay.
Yeah! Yay! All right. Well, I'm not going to get into all the storytelling. You're going to get a chance to hear from folks about that. But welcome here to Thriftway. I'm Aaron Maripal. I'm with the Urban Land Conservancy. And we are... Oh, sorry.
No voy a entrar a todos los detalles ni contar todas las historias ahorita, pero quiero introducirme. Soy Aaron Maripal, soy de la Urban Land Conservancy.
Thank you. And I will go slower. Sorry about that.
Voy a hablar un poquito más lento. Discúlpame.
So ULC is a nonprofit real estate company whose mission is to do what we're doing here.
ULC es una organización sin fines de lucro y su misión es hacer precisamente lo que estamos haciendo ahora.
Fundamental to our mission is to collaborate with folks here in the community with lots of different partners.
Es fundamental para nuestra misión colaborar con diferentes residentes y diferentes colaboradores dentro de las vecindades.
Today you're going to hear from a number of those partners.
Hoy van a escuchar un número de estos colaboradores.
But I want to acknowledge a few folks who won't be speaking but have been a key partner in this process.
Pero quiero reconocer a varios colaboradores que no van a estar hablando hoy, pero han sido personas claves en este proceso.
I want to thank Healthy Places Westwood.
Quiero agradecer a Healthy Places, Lugares Sanos Westwood.
I want to thank Westwood Unidos.
Quiero agradecerle a Westwood Unidos.
Yeah, Westwood Unidos!
Westwood Unidos.
I want to thank ULC's board.
Y quiero también agradecerle a la mesa directiva de ULC.
And if you could just show your hands, board members, just the hands up there. There's about 5 or 60 there. I want to specifically thank.
Quiero que levanten las manos la mesa directiva, pero específicamente quiero agradecerle a...
She's shaking her head, but absolutely. Myrna Hip, because she challenged us. She said, we need to be working in Westwood. And you're right, Myrna. We're doing it.
Myrna, porque ella nos retó y dijo, tenemos que estar trabajando en Westwood. Y estabas bien, Myrna, sí es cierto.
I also want to thank the staff of ULC specifically.
También quiero agradecerle al personal de ULC, específicamente a...
Cindy Everett, Jonathan Capelli. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kelly Myers, where's Kelly? Kelly, big shout out to Kelly.
Kelly.
And then, who's really running the show here at ULC? Deborah Bustos.
Deborah Bustos, la que realmente está organizando todo.
Also want to acknowledge
También quiero reconocer
the folks from the Trust for Public Land.
Las personas de Trust for Public Land.
Without them, we wouldn't actually be here buying this building. It was their work up front that got us
Y
involved.
sin ellos realmente no habíamos podido comprar este edificio. Fue su trabajo.
And with that now, I'd like to introduce
Y con eso me gustaría introducir
the HUD, Housing Urban Development, Region 8 Director, Administrator, everything and above. A gentleman who I think many folks know because he's been City Council, he's been on the Regional Transit Board, he's been with Dr. Cog, he's been Mr. Everything, and he's been a huge partner for us here in Westwood. Rick Garcia.
Ahora me gustaría introducir al administrador regional, de HUD, y ha sido concejal, ha sido muchas cosas, a Rick Garcia.
Good. Thank you, Aaron, and good morning to everyone.
Gracias a Aaron y buenos días a todos.
I am absolutely excited, ecstatic to be here this morning,
Absolutamente emocionado, estático de estar aquí esta mañana.
primarily because my former city council colleague, Councilman Paul Lopez, is here.
Y primeramente porque mi colega, el concejal Paul López, está aquí con nosotros.
Because I wanted to be supportive And I wanted to be grateful for the work that Councilman Lopez has done for Morrison Road and the Westwood neighborhood.
Porque yo quería apoyar y quería mostrar el apoyo y agradecerle por todo el trabajo que ha hecho el concejal por Morrison Road y también por la comunidad de Westwood.
He's been a tireless advocate for this community from the days I served on the council with him and since that time. So congratulations, Councilman Lopez, on your work today.
Ha sido un abogado sin cansarse, que ha trabajado para los residentes desde un inicio, entonces quiero agradecerle al concejal.
Let me also recognize the Urban Land Conservancy for their work and their vision.
Quiero también reconocer a Urban Land Conservancy por su trabajo, su visión.
Their work is revolutionary, not just in this neighborhood, but throughout the Denver metro region. So congratulations to ULC.
Su trabajo es revolucionario, no solamente aquí en esta comunidad, sino a través de toda la ciudad. Gracias a ULC.
Let me begin by saying 40 years ago this month,
Quiero empezar por decir que hace 40 años este mes,
Gerald Ford, you might remember him, he was president for a few years,
Gerald Ford, quizás recuerdan, fue presidente por algunos años,
signed into law the Community Development Block Grant Program.
Firmó de ley una beca comunitaria para cuadras.
It was intended to bring together several grant programs from a variety of federal agencies into one program.
Su intención era unir diferentes becas de diferentes organizaciones a un programa federal.
But most importantly, it was intended to give flexibility to local governments to make decisions about how to use CDBG dollars.
Pero aún más importante, fue creado para crear esa flexibilidad para que el gobierno local pudiera usar ese dinero.
And communities like the city of Denver,
Y comunidades como la ciudad de Denver,
neighborhoods like Westwood,
las vecindades como Westwood
business districts like Morrison Road,
y distritos de negocio como Morrison Road,
40 years later are standing up to the reason CDBG dollars are available.
y están parados aquí sobre las razones por qué se crearon estos dólares de CBG.
To take control of their communities and make decisions about the future of their communities.
Y tomar control sobre las decisiones del futuro de sus comunidades.
And I'm pleased that CDBG dollars, a federal source of money,
Y estoy tan agradecido, tan contento de decir que estos dólares, este dinero federal,
continue to be appropriated by Congress, even this Congress,
continúan a ser dados por el Congreso, aún este Congreso,
to support these kinds of initiatives. So congratulations, Westwood.
para apoyar este tipo de iniciativa. Entonces, felicidades, Westwood.
I also want to acknowledge we have a new secretary of HUD,
También quiero reconocer, tenemos un nuevo secretario de HUD,
Secretary Julian Castro,
el secretario Julián Castro,
who's a former mayor of San Antonio, Texas.
que fue un alcalde antes en San Antonio, Texas.
He sends his regards and congratulations
Él manda lamentablemente es que no puede estar aquí, pero manda sus
to this
felicitaciones
entire community.
para esta comunidad entera.
He talks about HUD being the Department of Opportunity.
Él habla que HUD es el departamento de oportunidades.
And as long as we continue to have a partnership with the city of Denver,
Y mientras que continuamos teniendo esa colaboración con la ciudad de Denver,
the Urban Land Conservancy,
con Urban Land Conservancy
and our local representatives,
y nuestros representantes locales,
more opportunities are on the horizon.
más oportunidades están en el horizonte.
Congratulations to everyone.
Felicidades a
Thank you
todos.
very much.
Gracias.
Oops. Yep, you did. That's all right. You want to come on up? No, come on, Rick. Come on up.
Pásale.
I just got too excited.
Me emocioné bastante.
I have the opportunity now to introduce our local partner with the City and County of Denver,
Tengo la oportunidad ahora de introducir a un colaborador local de la ciudad de Denver
who continues to have the vision to bring CDBG dollars
que continúa teniendo esa visión de traer esos dólares de CBG
to communities like Westwood.
para comunidades como Westwood.
It's my privilege to introduce
Es mi privilegio introducir
the Director of the Mayor's Office of Economic Development,
el director de la Oficina de Alcalde de Desarrollo Económico,
Mr. Paul Washington.
el señor Paul Washington.
Well, thank you, Rick, for that kind introduction. For us at the OED, this is a major, major win for our Jumpstart 2014 economic development strategy.
Gracias a Rick por esa introducción. Para nosotros esta es una victoria grande para iniciar este programa.
An economic development strategy which focuses on Westwood's goals in 5 critical areas.
Una estrategia una estrategia de desarrollo que se enfoca en 5 áreas de Westwood.
Parks and open space,
Parques y lugares abiertos,
youth and fresh food,
jóvenes y comida fresca,
affordable housing and commercial development.
viviendas accesibles y desarrollo comercial.
Today is a milestone for this Westwood neighborhood.
Hoy es un día grande para esta comunidad de Westwood.
The demolition of Thriftway joins 2 other recent achievements this summer.
La demolición de Thriftway se agrega a 2 otros proyectos este verano.
OED invested $635,000 to support the development of Cuatro Vientos Park.
La Oficina de Desarrollo Económico colaborará con $635,000 para apoyar el desarrollo del Parque Cuatro Vientos.
And in June, we celebrated the groundbreaking of another city investment of $620,000
Y en junio también celebramos otra inversión de $620,000
to support the development of Volunteers of America's Early Childhood Education Center.
para apoyar el desarrollo de un nuevo centro de educación temprana de Volunteers of America.
Both of which were made possible by CDBG.
Los dos fueron posibles por CDBG
And I just want to acknowledge and thank our partner Rick Garcia for his tireless support.
y quiero agradecerle a Rick García por su apoyo que ha dado.
Thriftway is a catalytic site for economic and community development.
Thriftway es un sitio estimulante por el cambio.
Just last year, the Urban Land Institute called this site as a top priority.
El año pasado el Urban Land Institute llamó a este lugar como un lugar de alta prioridad.
And within the OED, we heard this loud and clear.
Y dentro del OED escuchamos esto muy claramente.
This site has tremendous potential for a commercial hub,
Este sitio tiene tanto potencial para ser un lugar centro para el comercial,
and there is tremendous potential to serve as a core hub for the entire community.
y tiene mucho potencial también para ser un centro principal para la comunidad entera.
The OED will continue to develop commercial development along Morrison Road,
La Oficina de Desarrollo Económico va a continuar a invertir para desarrollar la carretera Morrison
We will also support affordable housing development in Westwood,
y también vamos a apoyar las viviendas accesibles aquí en Westwood
and we want to encourage and increase the access to fresh food.
y queremos aumentar el acceso a comidas frescas.
I just want to give some thanks and acknowledgement to some other key players.
Quiero también agradecer y reconocer a otras personas claves,
2 members of OED staff, Michael Miera and Beth Truby,
2 personas del personal de OED,
Westwood Unidos,
Westwood Unidos,
Buku West,
Buku West,
Live Well Westwood,
Lewell, Westwood,
and of course, Denver City Councilman Paul
y
Lopez.
también el concejal Paul Lopez.
Councilman Lopez has both been passionate and vocal
El concejal López ha sido muy apasionado y muy vocal
about the important need for changes throughout Westwood.
por los cambios importantes a través de Westwood.
And so I'm honored to introduce Councilman Lopez to the city.
Es mi honor introducir al concejal López.
You know, I gotta lower this because I'm a little bit. Paul's right here. This Paul's right here. I thank you all for being here. This is an incredible day. And let me just start by thanking all those partners who are here. It's taken a village to raise awareness about the importance of Westwood, the importance of the Morrison Road corridor, and the importance of sites like this. This site, a long time ago, I grew up right down here on 834 South Vrain Street. And I used to come here with my friends to buy food, to buy junk food mostly. This was our little store. This is where we came. This was our neighborhood store. But that was almost 30 years ago. And since then, it has developed into this. It's turned into this. And instead of fresh food, instead of buying household needs, right? Folks are putting up with blight. And not just blight because the building's boarded up, but somebody who took their life here. Some folks who decided that, oh, well, this looks like a great place to use a restroom. Crimes have taken place here. A person was almost raped here. And just within feet of a daycare center, within feet of where people call home. And so when we think of the role of the city, when we think the role of the community, this is the primary role of government. This is the primary role of what we exist to do. We need to be able to make this building, this property, safe. At the end of the day, it's safety and it's the health of a community. And it cannot be ignored like it was for so many years. For so many years, with all these things happening, people just looked the other way while everybody else dealt with the problems. Those days are gone. And in a little while, I don't know if those sledgehammers, they look real, but if they're not real, we'll just hack at them anyway. And at the end of the day, today marks the day where we transform this property, where we continue to transform Morrison Road, and we continue to transform this neighborhood and this city into a city that we can all proudly say, I am from Denver. And one day our children, and they will continue to say, because they're saying it already, to be able to say, I am from Westwood. And do that with their heads held high, and do that with pride. That's what this is about. It's not just the building, it's a symbolic, it's who we are. We are from Westwood. And I want to thank everybody for making this happen. The ULC, the Office of Economic Development, the Denver Police Department, whose officers are always called here to make sure that it's safe. The people who call this area home. The residents who have organized to make sure that this stays on the agenda of every city council person and every administration since this has been a problem. And to thank the folks who are telling the story with their paper and pen and their cameras, because this is very important. Thank you for making this happen, and this is just the beginning. Quiero agradecer los que están aquí, principalmente los organizadores, las organizaciones, el gobierno de la ciudad, HUD, and Rick García, que están aquí también. Y también porque cuando yo empecé aquí, hace 30 años, fue un chamaco, y esta era nuestra tienda. Y durante muchos años se dejó nomás irse así. En un tiempo nosotros vinimos para comprar comida, cosas para nuestra vivienda. Ya, ahorita, hace muchos años, que ninguna persona ha podido hacer eso aquí. Solo ser atacado por crimen, alguien que se murió aquí, que se sucedió, alguien que casi lo violaron, entre un vecindario, juntito a un lugar de cuidar de niños. Eso no es aceptable. Nosotros merecemos más de eso. Y uno de estos días, hasta ahorita nosotros vamos a decir, cuando ya se tumba estos ladrillos, que nosotros vamos a empezar y continuar en nuestro paseo de nuevo. Es decir, ¿sabes qué? Nosotros somos de Westwood. Y serlo con orgullo. ¿Que no? Con orgullo. Eso es algo de orgullo. Entonces, por eso estoy agradecido que ustedes están aquí, nuestros colaboradores, nuestros socios, la ciudad. Ya vamos a tumbar ¿ya no? Ok. Gracias. Thank you all. I want to I'm so sorry, Aaron. Me and Paul are like, yeah, let's knock this thing down already. So we want to. Okay, I'm sorry. I want to introduce somebody, and it's my job and my responsibility to introduce one of the movers and shakers of this neighborhood.
Quiero introducir a alguien, es mi trabajo, mi responsabilidad de introducir a alguien que mueve todo aquí en esta comunidad.
She represents many more people, so she's one of many.
Ella representa muchísimas más personas. Ella es una de bastantes.
More than just her organization, but she represents the community's involvement here.
No solamente representa una organización, sino la involucración de la comunidad.
And I'm going to move this microphone a little bit lower
Voy a mover este micrófono un poquito más bajo
because Norma is going to come up and speak.
porque Norma va a pasar a hablar.
Buenos días a todos.
Good morning to all.
Thank you y gracias a los que vienen de residentes de aquí del vecindario,
I want to thank the residents that are here from this community.
que son los que van a llegar y beneficiarse de todo
Those residents are going to be the ones that are going to benefit from
este proyecto tan grande que está llegando a nuestro vecindario.
from this great project that is coming to our community.
Y gracias a ULC,
I want to thank ULC.
a la ciudad,
I want to thank the city,
al concejal
to the councilman,
y a las organizaciones que creen
and those organizations that believe
que los residentes se merecen un futuro mejor.
that residents deserve a better future.
Este es un vecindario muy joven
This is a very young neighborhood,
y los proyectos que vienen van a hacer la diferencia en Westwood.
and the projects that are coming are going to make the difference here in Westwood.
Para mí es algo bien orgulloso de este proyecto,
I am very proud of this project
porque como dijo el concejal, yo vine a lavar en esta lavandería y a comprar mandado.
because, like the councilman said, I would come here to do laundry and to buy groceries from here.
Y de repente tener que salir a otros vecindarios a comprar nuestras cosas.
And then we had to go outside to other neighborhoods to buy our things.
Es un reto para Westwood tener una tienda de comida saludable
This is a challenge for Westwood to have a healthy store to buy healthy food,
y que se logre junto al apoyo de todos ustedes.
and that we'll be able to accomplish it with your support.
Y las encuestas que estamos haciendo por este edificio, este espacio,
And the survey that we're doing for this space,
la pregunta de los residentes es,
the,
¿lo
que-
van a hacer?
the question for the residents is, will you do this?
Porque lo necesitan los jóvenes.
Because our youth need it.
Lugar donde venir a hacer deporte.
A place where youth can come and play sports.
Lugar donde puedan pasar en familia.
A place where families can come and spend family time together.
Y en principal, donde estén seguros,
And mainly where people could be safe,
tranquilos.
to be calm.
Ahora que ya salga la noticia que al fin
Now that the news is out that finally
sus voces son escuchadas.
your voices have been heard,
Es un orgullo de verdad
it's truly an honor. I'm very proud
decir esto, que al fin esta cosa se va.
to finally say, at last, this thing is out of here.
De verdad, gracias a todas las organizaciones y a todos los que están en este momento aquí.
Thank you for all the organizations out and all the people that are here today.
Thank you, Norma.
Gracias, Norma.
It's that story and it's so many other stories like that from this community which motivates our work. So thank you again for all of your dedication to this community.
Es esa historia y más historias como las de Norma que nos motiva a continuar a hacer este trabajo. Gracias y nos motiva también. Gracias por su trabajo.
So now, just I want to, in closing, there are a couple folks I spaced and didn't fail to mention. Officer Nick Grove, are you here, officer?
Para cerrar, quiero agradecer y reconocer a
back.
varias personas.
Officer Nick Grove was a part of the beginning of Westwood Unidos, and as Councilman Lopez mentioned, a key partner. The police have been key in our work here, so thank you.
Este oficial fue parte de Westwood Unidos y ha sido una persona clave para esto, como había mencionado el concejal.
Already mentioned by name the organization Buku West, but I want to thank Jose and Ana Claudia for your work, because you guys, just down the street, have been key. Thank you.
Ya mencionamos la organización, pero quiero agradecerle a José y a Ana Claudia por su trabajo, porque ha sido clave aquí enseguidita.
I know she's not going to want to be acknowledged, but I'm going to have to do this. Christy Crane for organizing this event.
Yo sé que no quiere ser reconocida, pero Christy Crane que organizó este evento.
Thank you, Christy.
Gracias, Christy.
And Amanda Roy Bagnoy. Amanda, thank you also.
También gracias por todo.
I know I butchered the last name. I'm
No,
sorry.
no dije tu apellido bien.
Okay. And then in our office, we have what's called Common Roots. So we have partners. It's the Denver Preschool Program. They're out in full force. They helped us today in setting up. Thank you, DPP.
En nuestra organización tenemos raíces comunes. Uno de estos es el Centro de Educación Temprana, gracias a DPP.
All right, and then the last piece is don't forget to get your classic water in the back.
Y lo último es que no
All
se
right.
le olviden agarrar una botella de agua.
There's a board, the Imagine board on the side of the fence there, what you imagine this could be, so make sure you get your comments there.
Y hay un pizarrón aquí que está aquí al lado, que qué le gustaría ver aquí. Por favor, escriben sus comentarios.
And now the big event.
Y ya para
Drum roll.
terminar,
Let's go on over, meet Mark with DDI. We're taking down the sign.
vamos a irnos para allá, vamos a
Denver 8 TV. Your city, your source.